Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Money Podcast, your source for all things money. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Christopher Larsen on the line. He's founder of Next Level Income, and he's also author of Next Level Income, How to Make, Keep, and Grow Your Money Using the Holy Grail of Real Estate to Achieve Financial Independence. Chris, welcome to the show.
Adam, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited. Love your website, love your podcast, and look forward to the conversation today.
Oh, man, so this is going to be good. I'm excited to get into this new book, Next Level Income. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit more about what you're doing over at your company, Next Level Income. Tell us a little bit more about what you're up to, please.
Yeah, so we founded Next Level Income, Adam, to help people make, keep, and grow their money. So first and foremost, we say we put our investors first through education, and then we also have opportunities as well for investors that are looking to grow their money. So we have strategies that allow people to keep more of their money, such as go to our banking link and they can check out how to use cash value life insurance to provide what I like to call an opportunity fund to invest in future deals. We also have relationships with operators on the multifamily side, commercial office, oil and gas, as well as self-storage space. Although, as you can probably tell from the title of my book, the cornerstone of my personal portfolio and what we do out there is multifamily real estate.
And I think that's a great transition. First off, let's get right into the book. So first off, congratulations. Not an easy feat to put out a book. What was the inspiration for writing this?
Yeah, so again, I started out syndicating deals, multifamily deals, for my first partnership in 2015. I've been a real estate investor, Adam, since I was 21 years old. I bought my first property, built a portfolio of single family properties, and then I ultimately transitioned those into a commercial real estate portfolio. And as I continued to invest, I would talk to people and they'd ask me what I was doing, and I would make introductions. And ultimately, after a few years of doing that, my now former partner and I realized that, we had a group of individuals that wanted to invest with us, and we wanted to have more control over our deals. So we went out and we bought our first 100-unit apartment complex. And then over the next couple of years, I had more and more people reaching out to me, and some of these people, they weren't able to invest, but they wanted to learn what I did to get to the point of being, one, financially independent, and two, having access to these deals. And after my 100th email to somebody that, was kind of a repeat, I thought, man, it would be good to curate this information. And my podcast partner, who's 15 years younger than me, we decided to start the Next Level Income show. And before we did that, I had compiled a bunch of blog articles and emails, and I kind of send those out at random. And Caleb, my partner, said, hey, you could write a book. So this was 2 years ago now, Adam. So I took my articles, and I'm kind of I'm an outline bullet kind of guy. So I wrote out what I thought the table of contents of the book would be, what the chapters would look like. And it was right around 10 chapters. So I wrote that out, and I thought, all right, let's say I get up every day and I just write for an hour for 60 to 90 minutes. So after getting up for 2 weeks and writing for 60, 90 minutes, I had 10 chapters in my book and sent it over to Caleb after 2 weeks. And he said, are you kidding me? You wrote a book in 2 weeks? Which I thought was pretty quick until I talked to Richard Wilson, one of our first guests on the podcast, and he told me he wrote his book in 3 days. So I was like, all right, you crushed me there, Richard. So it was an ebook for 2 years. And then I ultimately, a couple months ago, decided to have it published. I just recently added a new chapter 3, called Your Opportunity Fund. So updated some of the statistics, some of the data in there. And really what I wanted to do was to update it for, the decade that we're going into now. So the inspiration was one, to update it, and then two, just to have it as a tool to continue to provide, easier education for people that want to get to it.
Man, that's awesome. I love it. And so we're not going to have time to go into all the book, and if we did, we still wouldn't. Why? Because we want the readers and the listeners out there to go and buy it. And so it's on Amazon, and it's really easy to find. You just type in Next Level Income and hit enter, and it popped up right for me. It'll do the same for you. So just head to Amazon, type in Next Level Income. But I do want to go a little bit into it. So that being said, I saw one of your chapters. So stop trading time for money, moving from active to passive income. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so let me do something special for your listeners. Adam, if anybody wants to get the book for free, go to nextlevelincome.com, click on the book link, put your email in, I'll send them a free copy, put your address in, I'll send you a free book. So, yeah, we don't talk a lot about this, but, stop trading time for money. So if you think about, your life, this is a life skill. Moving from active to passive as an investor, you can apply the same strategy to your life. I think it came from Tim Ferriss's book, which is, kind of looking at how scalable is your model? Is your life scalable? Whether you have a business or you're trying to do something where you help people, if you have a nonprofit, can you scale what you're doing? I spent 15 years in the medical device space, and I was always looking for ways to systematize what I did. And the reason is when you're going in and you're trying to help a surgeon and a patient get a good outcome, you want to leave as little to chance as possible. So going through that process every day of my life for a dozen years, where if you fail, not only do you maybe lose the business that you have, but even worse, you have a patient that has a compromised outcome. I didn't want to let that happen. So when I say stop trading time for money, I try to get people to think in that same process. Is what you're doing scalable? If it's not, start developing alternative income sources that are coming from your investments. Start investing in those spaces so that you can have more streams of income coming in. And I think today, now as much as ever with the COVID-19 crisis, I can tell you, I've watched my medical device colleagues have their income shut off because cases are being canceled. I've watched real estate operators have to cease distributions to investors because they don't know if they're going to get their rents this month. I've seen people have to access their lines of credit to keep their businesses afloat. I've seen my tenants shut down by the health department. So again, if everything that you're doing is active and if you can't do it, that income is going to stop, then I think you should look in the mirror and say, hey, can I add some other areas out there? And I was asked last week, well, what is passive? What's a passive investment, Chris? And I would say if you can walk away from whether it's a business or investment for a year and have that income continue to stream in or have that business continue to operate, to me, that's passive. So just, as a follow-up, if you're out there and you're working, you're a highly paid professional, I think that's fantastic. If you love doing it, that's fantastic. I'm not advocating for people to stop doing that. But what I'm saying is start putting your money in places that you don't have to work for that can continue to bring income in for you as well.
Oh man, that's awesome. I love it. So if somebody's listening to this, Chris, and they want more information on your real estate deals, and just connecting overall with your brand over at your company, Next Level Income, what's the best way for them to get it? And also, let's leave that website again too, because that's crazy. You're offering the listeners a free book. I was sending them to Amazon and trying to sell books for you. Apparently, my listeners are spoiled and they're getting free books. So gosh, they're gonna start expecting free books from me. Well, hey, my books still aren't free. Sorry, we sell those. That's how we keep the lights on. So that being said, Chris, leave your contact info so people know how to connect on both the business and the book, please.
Yeah, well, we just launched the book, so my goal is to send out 1,000 books as fast as possible. So hopefully your listeners can take advantage of that offer. But yeah, the easiest way to get a hold of me, same way as getting a hold of the book, nextlevelincome.com. Cruise on over there. You can also follow me on LinkedIn. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram. Look up Next Level Income. You can follow us there. Always trying to put up educational content for listeners, for investors, anybody that wants to help move themselves towards financial independence, Adam.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So great stuff there. Well, Chris, really appreciate you coming on the show today. Hope you had a great time. And to the listeners, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Money, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. I mean, love to know what kind of projects you're working on and keep the conversation going over in our YouTube community. And Chris, thanks again for coming on the show.